artista at TV hosts. Dahil sa kanilang tagumpay sa telebisyon at pelikula, many Filipino TV and movie personalities, through their passion for acting and performing, had made it big in our TV screens. Ngunit katulad ng mga karaniwang tao, walang nagawa ang kanilang kinang at kasikatan sa coronavirus crisis. In a flash, TV productions were suspended, leaving so many without work. Pero ang mga bida natin sa telebisyon, bumida rin sa kanilang mga bagong propesyon. In this episode, we will see how the pandemic drove celebrities to become entrepreneurs. Today, we'll have the journey of our guest, Miss Mariel Padilla, from TV hosting to online selling. All these in this episode of Open for Business.
Kailangan ng tugon. Nandito si Ali at si Papi na rin, ang smart at pretty nanay, ang siglaban na kwentuhan. Ang sigaw ng Pinoy Nation, information, education. Ating salaopin, ipakita natin ang nagsagot sa problema natin. Ano sa palagay nyo? Ano sa palagay nyo? Ano sa palagay nyo?
Welcome back to Open for Business. Today we have with us Miss Mariel Padilla. How are you, Miss Mariel?
Hello! Hello, good day! Hello lahat na nanonood ngayon. Magandang araw!
Yeah, unang-una, Miss Mariel, would like to thank you on behalf of Net25. Would like to thank you very much for your support to Unlad, Kaagapay sa Hanap Buhay, being with us for so many episodes already as script director. We also see you sometimes as cameraman. Maybe I don't know what happens in the background, but maybe you are also the makeup artist there. The success of Unlad po is really phenomenal, and I know po that you are part of it. And yun po ang una kong tanong. Paano naman po nabago ang inyong buhay ng Unlad, Kaagapay sa Hanap Buhay?
Okay, maraming salamat po. And yes, I feel very much na part po talaga ako ng Unlad. Kahit hindi niyo po sabihin, feeling ko talaga. Feeling ko talagang kasama ako dun sa Unlad. Kaya every time we have a successful episode, feeling ko kasali ako dun sa success na yon. Ramdam na ramdam ko po yan. Because from day one, ako po siguro yung tao na lahat ng episodes ng Unlad napanood ko po. Lahat ng episodes, alam ko po. And this is the most honest truth. Ito po ang pinakatotoo. Unlad Kaagapay sa Hanap Buhay has definitely changed our lives. Hindi lang po dun sa work scenario namin kasi si Robin nga po yung host, tapos kami po ang nag-shoot. Bukod po doon, yung mga kwento po ng Unlad has inspired me so much. Sobra po akong na-inspire ng Unlad. Kaya po, dito po ako nagkaroon ng idea na magsimula ng sarili kong business. I've always wanted na itry, pero never ko siya ginawa. Parang feeling ko kulang ako ng lakas ng loob or yung push na yon. Pero dahil sa Unlad, nagkaroon ako ng lakas ng loob to try.
Wow, that's very interesting, Miss Mariel. Yung sinabi mo, Miss Mariel, I think when we launched Unlad po, this is during the pandemic talaga. I think this is one of the reasons, one of the objectives of Net25, which is really to inspire people during the pandemic. At yun ang tanong ko, Miss Mariel. You are one of the most beautiful faces, most popular faces in Philippine television. And alam naman po natin, nung dumating ang pandemya, natigil ang lahat, natigil ang buhay. Kung sa mga karaniwang mga tao, natigil sila, nawalan ng mapagkakakitaan, hindi na apekto, lalo na ang industriya ng pelikula at telebisyon. So, And the reason why Unlat was created was to really inspire, provide opportunities also, provide people job opportunities. So, was this, how did the pandemic affect you as we know that you are on television, di ba? You do, not
As
only
a
on
television host,
television,
yes.
as a television host and also online, you do both. So, how did, maybe before we go into the details of being inspired by Unlad, siguro pag-usapan natin, paano ba nakaapekto ang pandemya sa inyong pamumuhay, Miss Mariel?
Siguro you can say that the pandemic hit us hard. Kasi kaming dalawa ng asawa ko, ang hanap buhay namin talaga ang telebisyon, ang entertainment. And entertainment was one of the things na bawal. I mean, bawal because hindi tayo makapag-shooting, hindi tayo makapag-taping, hindi tayo makapag-live show, bawal ang maramihang gathering. And alam niyo naman po, para makapag-produce ng isang single show, gaano karaming tao ang involved. Lalo na po for us because hindi po kami lumalabas ng bahay because I have small kids. And yun po ang, syempre, ang unang-unang priority namin is to protect our children. So, hindi pwede na lumalabas kami. So, wala talaga. Yun, buti nga po binanggit niyo that at least kahit paano we have online work. So, dun sa online work, nakakatulong po yun with yung work. Pero, aside from that, dahil nga hindi kami, ang daming tumitigil sa amin na lumabas, ang hirap maghanap ng trabaho. And ang dami kong natutunan that there are a lot of things that you can still actually do even if you're in the house.
And
Diba?
Miss Mariel,
Yes.
Miss Mariel, ang daming disruptions nung pandemic, 'di ba? Parang when it was announced, we didn't actually expect it, 'di ba? Parang I think I remember 2019, maraming nagsasabi na, uy, maganda yung 2020. Lalo na, 'di ba? Parang when you say 2020 noon, talagang
Ang ganda ng tunog.
Oo, ang ganda ng tunog, 'di ba?
Oo.
Tsaka yung
2020,
Vision 2020, ang liwanag,
Oo.
'di ba? But here, I think that I remember it right. It was, I think, March. And we were not prepared for it. So, in your case ba, Miss Mariel, you're telling me that you have this family. I'm sure with your family, you had plans. So, eto ba, kumbaga, napaghandaan nyo rin ba ito kahit papaano? Na parang alam nyo bang, were there maybe entertainment offers to you before the pandemic? Did you have kasi with some of the celebrities that we were dealing with, we were talking to, parang sabi nila na may booking na daw sila for the rest of the year, 'di ba? Parang may mga may schedules na sila, but everything was put into a halt.
Put on
Was that the
hold,
same
yes.
was that the same experience with you pa?
Well, for us also, because yun nga, katulad po ng sinabi nyo, lahat may plano, di ba? Meron ka pang kontrata, natatapusin mo yung kontrata mo. And it also happened that when the pandemic happened, I was breastfeeding my second child. So I was really staying at home. Kaya lang po, wala yatang kahit sinong tao dito sa buong mundo na foresee na merong pandemic na mangyayari in our lifetime. 'Di ba? Imagine, wala pong kahit sino, walang nagsabi sa atin. So, I don't think anyone was really prepared. Lahat po tayo talagang na-shock sa nangyaring ito. And nung umpisa, parang tayo, by June, okay na yan. 'Di ba? Di daw, matagal daw yan. By August daw yan eh. 'Di ba? Parang yung thought na by August, parang, oh my gosh, August pa. And then hanggang here we are, 2021. We are going to enter 2022 na rin. Pero ang maganda naman sa bagong taon is, laging may parang bagong hope. Laging parang may bagong hope na, this will be the year. 'Di ba? So sa 2021, alam ko tayong lahat, sabi rin natin yon. Eto na, yung kakalimutan na natin yung mga nangyari sa 2020 na hindi maganda. 2021, bago na. Yet we are still here. Pero
Yes.
yun naman ang maganda. We're still here. Kahit papano, we are still here. So,
And Miss Mariel, you mentioned that when this thing happened, parang you said, you discovered something about yourself, or you discovered maybe another skill that you know. What are those? What is it that you have learned from the pandemic, and what is it, as a person? Uh, uh, Siguro ako muna, Miss Mariel. Parang with the pandemic has taught me to somehow reflect, di ba? Parang, sometimes parang because of, the many things that we have done, we seldom, think or rethink what we have been doing in the past. Is this also the case with you? What were your learnings during the pandemic, and what were realizations when that was happening?
Alam niyo po, gets na gets ko yung sinasabi niyo na many of the things we take for granted. Kasi it has become so normal for us. Going to the grocery, it's a chore.
Mhm.
'Di ba? It's a chore. Mamamalengke ka. Mamamalengke pa ako ngayon. 'Di ba? It's a chore. Ayaw natin. Ako po, tuwing sumasakay ako ng sasakyan, nakababa po lahat ng blinds ng sasakyan ko. Ayoko nakikita yung mga traffic sa labas. Ayoko. Gusto ko pag nasa kotse ako, natutulog lang ako, nakaano. Ngayon po, pag nakasakay po ako ng sasakyan, itaas lahat ng bintana, tingnan natin ang mga paligid. Kasi hindi ko po yun nagagawa. Big deal po sa akin yun na makakita ako ng puno. Ay, may yung mga anak ko po, kawawa pag makikita, oh, I see a car! Sasabihin ng mga anak ko. Kasi sobrang rare yung chance na mangyari yun na ngayon. So, the things na normal sa atin dati na once a week mag-grocery ka, ganyan. Ngayon, hindi ko nga po maalala kung kailan yung huling beses na nag-grocery ako dahil lahat ng ginagawa ko online ngayon. So yun yung mga things that I realized. But also, I took the chance to learn new skills like what you said. Natuto po ako gumawa ng sariling pandesal. Ako na po ang gumagawa ng pandesal sa amin dito sa bahay. Hindi na po kamo bumibili. So yung mga bagay na yun na I learned to create new recipes, a lot of other dishes for my family. So isa po yung malaking bagay that I learned. Another thing po, ako po kasi, umuupo lang po ako sa makeup chair. Bahala na po yung makeup artist ko gumawa ng lahat. Siya na po bahala sa lahat. Umuupo lang po ako, games po ako, manunood ako, ganyan. Ngayon po, dahil sa pandemya, natuto na rin po akong mag-makeup sa aking buong muka. At para po sa akin, it's an achievement. So yun yung sinasabi ko na siguro, ito rin yung time nga na pinagre-reflect rin nga po tayo na yung mga bagay na medyo kaya-kaya mo rin naman, huwag ka masyado maarte, kaya mo rin yan gawin. Alam mo yon. So marami pong realizations at marami rin namang magandang bagay na nangyari dahil dito sa pandemic. Siguro, ang pinaka-importante po sa lahat is yung family time.
Mhm.
Lahat po tayo parang binigay po itong oras na to para talagang makasama mo yung pamilya mo. 'Di ba? Slow down. Tapos, kasi marami na naman din po sa atin yung kalusugan natin, pinababayaan na lang natin. 'Di ba? Kung ano-ano na lang po ang ginagawa natin. And at this time, everybody knows now how important health is. So tayong lahat ngayon, we're doing everything to be healthy. And so I feel na this is bringing us, parang it's a lesson for all of us to take care of ourselves, take care of our family, take care of everything around us.
Miss Mariel, as I listen to you, talagang you resonate very well, with what happened, not only to you, but of course, the entire, the whole world. Because minsan nga ba, Miss Mariel, naiinggit tayo sa ibang mga bansa dahil di ba nalilift na yung mga restrictions nila dahil iba-iba naman yung natin, yung ating sistema, lalo na sa vaccination. Pero what interests me now, Miss Mariel, is that you are one of the most famous couples here in the Philippines and in Philippine show business, but you still think of ways to really create opportunities, job opportunities for yourself, from entertainment to online business. And it is so satisfying also na si Mr. Robin Padilla nga po ay nakasama namin sa Unlad Kaagapay sa Hanap Buhay, at yun ang sinimulan natin na programa. And kahit hindi nyo sinasabi, nakikita namin how you work very hard for the show. So ang tanong ko, Miss Mariel, balikan ko lang. Sinabi mo kasi na you know all the episodes, you have learned so much. Gaano kaimportante sa inyo ang paghahanda ng pagkakaroon ng oportunidad sa hanap buhay? Kasi lalo na yung iba nawawalan na rin ng pag-asa, 'di ba? Sabi nyo nga parang as we reflect with our lives, there are things that we can do pala that we never thought we can. So ano yung mga Miss Maria, like what were your realizations pagdating naman doon sa pamumuhay, paghahanap buhay na hindi sabi nga nila yung kasabihan na parang basta magsipag ka lang, and lagi nating naririnig kay Sir Robin to, magsipag ka lang, hindi ka magugutom. So what's your thought on that?
Alam mo kasi totoo eh. Kasi kailangan meron tayong, para sa akin, meron tayong yung why. Bakit natin to ginagawa? Ako para sa akin, klaro yan kasi meron akong mga anak, maliliit pa yung mga anak ko. 'Di ba? Hindi pwede. Gusto ko kahit paano komportable yung buhay nila, makapag-aral sila, yung base, yung needs maibigay ko sa kanila. So, yun ang aking why. Yun ang, at saka isa na rin doon, magastos po ako. Hindi po ako parang yung asawa ko na hindi maano yung asawa ko yun, maano po yun. Siya naman mapamigay. Tapos ako naman magastos. So mahirap po talaga yung na yan. Kailangan talaga nagtatrabaho. Hindi pwedeng puro lang. Kailangan may pumapasok po. So yun siguro po yung aking whys, no? Na kung bakit yung aking pamilya. And then I realized na totoo po talaga yun eh. Although sometimes, syempre meron mga hit, meron mga miss. Diba? Hindi naman lagi talagang okay. Pero totoo yun na just don't give up. And at the end of the day, kailangan babalik ka dun sa why mo. Bakit mo ba yun ginawa? Bakit ba nag-iisip ka ng ganito? Dahil sa pamilya mo. So, because yun, solid yung why mo, kahit gaano ka karaming beses mag-fail, tatry ka ng tatry kasi kailangan mong gawin yun because of your why. Diba? Dahil dun sa bakit. Diba? Yung purpose mo.
Yes. Now, Miss Mariel, we know that as we see it on television, you are good in what you do, di ba? Parang you started in TV hosting, you're good at it, and you are funny, di ba? And then when you transformed into a different platform, you went into online, and then we see you cooking as well, and it's like, ang sabi nga po nila, di ba, mas mahirap din yung reality TV. You're doing that. Like say, you're opening your life to a lot of people out there. And I think the more authentic it is, di ba, the better. So, how do you do that? Is there somehow, Miss Mariel, a formula na finalo nyo? Nag-research ba kayo on reality TV in doing that? Or is there a science behind it as well that you had to read before going into this business?
Actually po, to tell you honestly, wala po akong pinag-aralan. Wala po, hindi dun sa ganyang part. But I was very blessed because my previous work, puro mga reality show po. I started in GMA7 with Extra Challenge. It's a reality show. Yeah. When I did ABS-CBN, when I went to ABS-CBN, I did Pinoy Big Brother, another reality show. Mm-hmm. So, namulat po talaga ako sa style ng reality show. And in any reality show, the only way it will work is if you are yourself. Mm-hmm. You cannot play anybody else. It will show. That's the only way they're gonna like you. That's the only way it will work. You have to be yourself. Mm-hmm. So, siguro yun po yung naging background ko. Siguro sasabi ko na yun ang naging edge ko. Kasi alam ko how the reality and because actually yung online cooking show ko, that was actually just an accident. It happened as an accident. I had a hosting gig, an online hosting gig for a milk brand. Mm-hmm. And then sabi po ng Vidane, si Boss Betchay, sabi niya, mag-practice ka muna, mag-online show ka muna para ma-film mo kung paano mag-live sa Facebook. Sabi niya sang po sa akin, sabi ko, sige, anong gagawin ko? Ganyan, ganun lang. Tapos sabi niya, oh, pwede, sige, pwede ka mag-share ng merienda. Tapos naisip ko, oh nga no, pwede ako mag-share ng merienda. Tapos, para kasi dahil nga pandemic, yung mga moms araw-araw nagluluto, nawawala na tayo ng ideas kung ano yung pwede natin lutuin. So doon po yun nanganak. Doon siya nanganak until a year after, here we are today, nanganak na siya ng nanganak. And so, minsan talaga may mga accidents na mangyayari na hindi mo inaasahan, which will be good for you. Tapos yun pala yung magiging path mo. And ako, nag-enjoy po talaga ako. I look forward to it. And
Is
I
this
think you have to like it.
Which is exactly my next question, Miss Mariel. Is it like say pagdating sa cooking ba talagang I know that it's a new you discovered it by accident, pero ikaw ba ano ba talaga gusto mo, nagluluto ka rin ba or gusto mo lang din kumain or na-enjoy mo na rin yung cooking?
All of the above. All of the above po. Mahilig po ako talaga kumain, bata pa lang, number one. Pero you know, nung pinakasalan ko po si Robin, ang alam ko lang po lutuin scrambled eggs.
Oh.
Opo. Tapos sinabi sa akin ng isang kapatid ni Robin, my sister-in-law told me, oh, hindi pwede yung ganyan. Sabi niya sa akin, you have to learn how to cook. Sabi niya sa akin, sabi ko, okay. So slowly, hindi po siya right away na, ang galing ko na magluto. Alam mo, may mga pagkakataon pa rin po na pumapalpak. Pero kasama po yun dun sa course ng journey na may mga okay na dishes, may mga hit na may mga miss na dishes. Pero na-enjoy ko po siya. Ini-enjoy ko yung satisfaction na nagustuhan nila, na kinain nila. Maliit na bagay pero sobrang happy ko doon. Lalo na pag, for example, may ibang tao na nagluto ng dish ko, tapos sineshow nila sa akin, ako tuwang-tuwa po ako noon pag sinabi nila, oh, I did this for my family, ginaya ko yung recipe mo. Naku, tuwang-tuwa po ako doon. Iba rin po talaga yung satisfaction na binibigay niya.
Miss Mariel, when you do this online thing, this online business, specifically on the cooking side, ito ba are these original recipes or are friends or your or other companies tell you na, oh, you cook na this naman in your as part of your recipe, or it's also requested by your viewers or by your kids or your husband? Paano nyo po? Kasi parang doon natin minsan nalalaman ano yung gusto ng mga tao at para lalo kang panoorin, because I remember I think you cooked or you baked cupcakes one time and I was there. I was watching also. Sabi ko parang doon pa lang sa itsura niya matatakam ka na, parang iniinggit mo pa doon sa sa camera. So are these recipes provided by you or other persons, or what's the science behind the selection of the recipes para makaengganyo ng manonood?
When we started, it was something personal. One of the favorites ni Lola, favorite ko growing up. This is yung merienda nila Robin nung lumalaki siya. Nagsimula siya as sharing something more personal, yung personal likes. Okay. And then, nagpunta din dun nagtanong ako dun sa mga viewers natin, what would you like? Ano gusto niyo lutuin natin? Tapos inaral ko yung mga suggestion nila. Umabot din po tayo dun sa point na may mga companies na pumasok, nagsabi na, oh, lutuin mo naman tong produkto namin. Diba? So, umano na po siya ng ganon. So, but we always go back with sharing stuff that we like. Siyempre, pag may lulutuin ka, kailangan nasarapan ka.
Mm-hmm. Now, Miss Mariel, marami din mga challenges, sinabi mo nga kanina. Tsaka hindi rin naman agad-agad, kunyari, marami agad viewers mo, di ba? Marami agad yung parang nag-like sa material mo. As an entrepreneur, kasi parang you are one of the, the examples of the very of celebrities who were, forced or who transform themselves as entrepreneurs. So, ano yung mga hirap din na napagdaanan ninyo pagdating sa business na ito, sa online business?
Okay, so because of that show, the online show I was doing, after 1 year, sabi ko parang I'm ready to start my own business. And like I said, I was inspired by Unlad, and so the trouble was, of course, always naman po yung sa simula di ba? Kasi it's something new to you. I've never had my own business ever before. So yun yung mga naging ano ko. Naku, ang dami ko pong mga bubu na mga ginawa nung umpisa. Then nag-open po kami, nag-open. Yan. Tapos may nag-order. May nag-order. Nakita ko dun sa order form. Then, kilig na kilig po ako. Tuwang-tuwa ako. Sulat naman ako. Ganyan. Order. Ganyan. Sa sobra kong excited, hinanda ko yung mga steak na ipapadala sa kanila. Tinext ko sila ngayon, Ma'am, ready for delivery. Ganyan, ganyan. Siningil ko. Sabi nila, ay, nilagay ko dun sa order form sa Sunday pa po. Hindi pa pala agad-agad. Sa sobra kong excited kasi gusto ko talaga magano, hindi ko nabasa ng mabuti. Alam mo, ang daming pagkakataon na gano'n na may mga kapalpakan po talaga. Kasi nga, bago pa lang. Tapos, nandun din yung, ikaw yung gagawa ng lahat. Kasi kahit yung staff ko, tinitrain ko pa lang din sila, hindi pa nila alam. So talagang lahat, ikaw yung talagang zombie ka pa. Pagising mo po sa umaga, magse-send out ka ng order, di ba? May mga ganong pagkakataon. Pero siguro yun yung masasabi ko that was difficult because bago pa lang, nagsisimula pa lang. Yun po yung masasabi ko na difficult. At saka yung meron kang fear lagi na magugustuhan kaya nila yung produkto ko. 'Di ba? Laging may gano'n na okay kaya kakagating kaya nila, okay kaya to. But I realized that, for it to work, you have to like your product, you have to believe in your product. And that way, kaya ko siyang iharap yung produkto ko kahit sino. Because I know that I am giving good quality meat. Alam ko na maganda yung produkto ko. Yung t-shirt ko, alam ko maganda yung quality ng t-shirt ko. Yung vitamins ko, alam ko maganda yung vitamins ko. Alam mo yun, yung kailangan yung produkto, something that you really believe in. And yes, I'd like to say that from my old as a host, from hosting, I am now a mompreneur. So proud ako dyan.
Yeah, as a mompreneur, Miss Mariel, it is your passion is there. We see, and we even if we're talking like this, but it is felt, di ba? Parang when you say it and when you express your experience, it is something very authentic. Ngayon, Miss Mariel, my question is on the selection of the product. Sinabi mo kasi na parang dapat you have to believe in it, you have to like it, and probably you have to consume it yourself, di ba? Ano yung payo mo, Miss Mariel, sa mga entrepreneurs din or sa moms who would like to be mompreneurs also in choosing a specific product, 'di ba? Sometimes kasi there's a lot, 'di ba? It could be cakes, or it could be decorations, decors, or it could be anything.
Bags, anything.
Yes. So,
yeah.
what is it that you what is your suggestion to mompreneurs or mothers who want to be entrepreneurs also on their selection of the product that they will sell to the public, online or offline?
Siguro my suggestion would be, alam yung saying na wag na tayong lumayo. Wag na tayong lumayo. Kasi it has to be something na medyo may alam ka about. It has to be something na gusto mo. Yung steak business ko po, yung lolo ko has been doing it for over 30 years. So, doon ko na, pero dinevelop ko, I put in premium products, premium, kami, pero I had the help of yung family, yung meron akong alam ko na okay to, pwede ko pang i-improve pa, i-more pa, i-cooking in na standards. Alam mo yon, kaya kong anuhin. So, yun yung ginawa ko. Hindi na ako lumayo. Hindi na ako lumayo kung ano yung meron na in-expound ko na lang. So, and marami doon sa mga napapanood ko sa unlad, ganun din yung ginagawa nila. Kunwari, recipe ni Lola, alam nila na ganito, or meron silang access sa mushroom. In-expound nila si mushroom. Meron silang access meron silang calamansi tree. In-expound nila si calamansi tree. Ginawa nilang sabon, ginawa nilang juice, alam mo yun, wag ka na tayong lumayo. Kung ano yung easily accessible sa atin, kung ano yung may knowledge na tayo, doon tayo. 'Di ba? Tapos siguro, ang ano ko pa rin is yun, kailangan talaga gusto mo siya. And never settle for sige, pwede na yan. Huwag tayong ganon. Kailangan yung talagang happy ka talaga dun sa produkto mo. Yung proud ka talaga. Whether it be yung mga nakikita ko rin sa unlad na from yung mga balat ng mga chichirya, ginagawa nila mga gown, di ba? Alam mo yun, never settle for something na parang pwede na. You can always, dapat yung happy ka, dapat yung proud ka, yung kaya mong ibenta kahit kanino.
Wow, that's really inspiring. And Miss Mariel, I think there's also when you mentioned the episodes of Unlad, parang sinasabi niya kasi yung mga step by step, 'di ba? Parang there are, how to do it, this is, step 1, step 2, steps 3. As mompreneur, parang na-feel ko kasi, Miss Mariel, that you taught yourself. Parang may, what's the term there? I think
Self-taught, yeah.
Yeah, self-taught and didactic, I think. So, is that also a tip to entrepreneurs, or what are the other sources of knowledge, for you to really enhance your business?
Okay, I think the best that I can share is you have to be hands-on. You have to know it. Yung kahit anong hindi yung parang sinabi lang sa'yo na ito yung gawin mo. Kailangan ikaw marunong ka talaga. May napanood akong ganun na isang artista. Isang artista, meron siyang salon. Tapos, sabi niya, kaya niya lahat. Kaya niya magkulot, kaya maggupit, kaya niya mag-foot scrub, kaya niya mag-ano. So sabi ko, ganun pala dapat. 'Di ba? Kailangan kaya mo lahat. So, and to think artista siya talaga, alam mo yun, I mean, siya celebrity na siya ng matagalan, pero and yet natuto pa rin siya magkulot, mag-foot scrub, magkulay ng buhok. Kasi para dun sa negosyo niya, kailangan alam niya. So same way sa akin po, sir. Ako po, kaya kong magtimpla, kaya kong magputol ng karne. Hindi, kaya ko lahat. Alam mo yon, yung whatever happens, I can do it all because alam ko siya. So siguro that's the advice that I can give. Kailangan kaya mo lahat. Mapilay ka man, meron kang staff na hindi makapunta, hindi makaano, kaya mo pa rin. It will continue yung business mo.
Wow, that's interesting. Balikan ko rin, Miss Mariel, yung sinabi mo na yung sense of community, yung parang wag ka nang lumayo, because you sound like one of the CEOs I interviewed here. Parang sabi niya, during the pandemic, kailangan what you need to look after is also your community, because sabi niya, yung demands ng community, that will already give you good business. Ito ba, Miss Mariel, ganon din yung nangyari sa'yo? Like say, for the demands of meat, for example, are you serving your own community, your friends, your neighbors, or your acquaintances in expanding your market? Kasi di ba lagi ang problema ng mga mamimili, ang mga nagbebenta yung market, lalo na nung wala pang pandemya. So, how do you find new markets for your product?
Totoo po pala talaga yung word of mouth. Totoo po talaga yon. So, I started, siguro yun na rin yung medyo naging edge ko po kasi meron tayo mga friends in the industry, ganyan. So, I started by sending out, hindi na nga po ako lumayo, sa kanila ko po muna na pinatikim. Pinatikim ko sa kanila, and then they started posting it, they started liking it. And the best feedback na nakuha ko po that until now I really treasure when sabi nila, so totoo pala, hindi lang pala siya hype. Masarap talaga yung steak mo. So, yung gano'n, naku, maraming salamat. At saka sabi ng lolo ko sa akin, kapag yung client umulit, okay ka na. Sabi niya, yun yung mga words sa akin ng lolo. Pag yung kliyente mo umulit, sa'yo, okay ka na. Ibig sabihin na gustuhan talaga nila. And so, a lot of my clients are returning clients. Or another thing is like, pag ginagawa na nilang regalo, yung produkto mo, nako, yun yung mga talagang, kasi sabi nila, yung sa inyo po yung ireregalo ko kasi alam ko hindi ako mapapahiya. Diba? Nakaka-flatter at saka although malaki din yung responsibility, diba? Dahil pinagkatiwalaan ka. Lalo na pag kasama ka dun sa mga handaan nila, birthday, anniversary, Mother's Day, Father's Day. Diba? Yun yung mga nakakatuwang, mga ina-excite ako ng mga moments na sobrang inaano ko po, parang pinag-iingatan ko.
Yes. I agree with you 100%, Mrs. Mariel. Kasi, ang tanong ko naman, tungkol sa, na related sa sinabi mo, tungkol sa branding. Kasi syempre, sa inyo pa lang when I saw the packaging, di ba? Because I got a sample one time. Just the
Yes.
packaging alone, sabi ko parang, uy, okay to ah. And then just the
Hey.
handwritten name, Mariel and Robin Padilla. That, you think, Miss Mariel, is this also why celebrities go into entrepreneurship, because they somehow you are also banking on the brand and your name that you have built through time? Is this also strategic? And maganda yung sinabi mo na kailangan alagaan mo rin yun. Kailangan i-deliver mo talaga doon dahil pangalan mo yung masisira kung hindi talaga kalidad yung produkto mo. So, what is your ano yung strategy mo para ma-maintain na talagang maingatan yung branding mo, pati nga yung packaging mo ng brand?
Sir, I just want to I love what you're saying because ako po one episode in Unlad, you had celebrities there. And that's another episode that really inspired me. And Nadia Montenegro was one of the guests in Unlad. And she said that the worst thing that could getting into a business, carrying your name is the scariest and the hardest thing that you can do because you can easily ruin your name. And you have to protect your name. Yun yung sinabi niya na kailangan alagaan mo yung pangalan mo. So, hindi pwede na kung ano lang yan dahil yung pangalan na matagal mong in-establish, di ba? Tapos biglang with one ay ganito pala yung produkto ni ni Maria. So kailangan talaga pag-iingatan mo yon. And ito nga po, nabanggit niyo po na may handwritten note. Yung handwritten note, yan ang pinaka-issue ko po. Dahil sobrang pangit ng pagsulat ko, sir. No, sobrang pangit ng handwriting ko pang grade 2. So ngayon, every time nagsusulat ako, kinakabahan ako kasi kaya lang wala akong magawa. Yun na yung handwriting ko. So minsan, pag may mga clients, sasabihin nila sa akin na birthday nga, pagpapadala sila, ganyan. So gusto nila may note, ganyan. Pipicturean ko at saka sasabihin ko na in advance, ma'am, pangit po yung sulat ko, ha? Kasi, pero gagawan ko kayo ng note. Wala pong problema. Pero baka isipin nila yung mga pang-assumptionista na handwriting ako, hindi ko kaya yung ganon. So, ang inaano ko lang po is yon, kailangan talaga, you have to present it how you present yourself, diba? Kaya feeling ko kailangan talaga. And there's always room for improvement. Ako I keep researching pa rin po. I keep trying. I keep learning paano ko pa ba mas mapapaganda. Pag nag-order ako ng isang bagay, sabi ko, ay parang bagay to sa product ko na gawing ganito, maglagay din ako ng ganito. I don't think of it na, ay ginaya ko yung ganito. I don't think of it like that. I think na parang there are still many ways to learn and to improve, but you have to make it your own.
Yes. Actually, Miss Mariel, before I talked with you, I also did some research, and there's a lot of artists, actors around the world who made it really big in terms of branding their names. They've established different brand names, and they've established multi-billion dollar businesses because they bank on their names. Is this also the next thing for the Mariel Robin brand? Are you looking? I know that you have a lot of followers already on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, but in terms of getting into this online business, enhancing it, what's next for Mariel Padilla po?
Kinabahan po ako dun sa tanong nyo. Kasi hindi ko pa naisip that far. Alam mo yon, hindi ko pa siya naisip that far, which is probably wrong because dapat meron tayo laging big goal and big picture, ganyan. So, ang ano ko lang po is, one, I want to always maintain the quality of my products. Hopefully, it will get bigger. Hopefully, syempre, yung lahat naman di ba, yung from an online store, magkakaroon ka ng actual store, magiging parang meat supplier ka ng Pilipinas. Kaya mga dreams lang po yon. Ngayon, dreams pa lang siya. Hindi ko pa make into reality, but maybe one step at a time. And ngayon, nandun pa po ako sa alam niyo, nagsisimula pa. Wala pa nga pong 6 months yung negosyo ko, pero I feel that we are on a very good start. So, nagkakaroon na po kami ng mga reseller, ganyan. So,
It's
slowly,
interesting.
slowly
Yeah,
po.
it's interesting, Miss Mariel, because you said napaka-importante din yung napaka-critical din yung duration. You said you're only you spent 6 months developing the business, but when you talk about the business strategies, parang you've been in the business for 60 years
Naku,
already.
thank you po. Naku,
Which is
nag-aaral pa po tayo.
Which is my next question, Miss Mariel. Ano po yung mga payo ninyo naman doon sa mga artista or sa mga kasamahan natin sa industriya na nawalan din ng trabaho? So, parang what are your tips for them to, as you mentioned earlier, are there ways for them to develop their skills also and go into this thread of online business? And also the related question there, Miss Mariel, is ano rin po yung mga maipapayo ninyo sa mga, kasi ang open for business talaga ay gustong makatulong sa mga maliliit na negosyo, kasi yung iba talaga nagsarado na. Kumbaga parang they close shops already. Kahit nga yung last week yung mga na-interview ko about parang fashion design naman. Sila, 'di ba, parang Filipinos love to go out, attend parties, birthdays, weddings, but they lost clients already because of the pandemic. So, ano po yung mga maipapayo nyo? What are your tips, to the other entertainers, artists in the business, in the entertainment, film, movie industry, and also to people who want to venture into business?
I think the good thing about us Filipinos is magaling po tayo mag-adapt. Na-mention niyo po yung mga fashion designers. Yes, I have a fashion designer friend na fashion designer siya. Pero ngayon, because of the pandemic, nag-opening na rin sila ng parang online catering service. Nagluluto na rin sila. Ang dami pong lumabas ng mga catering services ngayon. Mahihilo ka sa dami. Ang dami mong titikman. Kasi ang daming gumawa. And that's okay. There's room for everybody. Because we eat every day. Diba? Every day. Lagi, ang mga Pilipino, ang hilig pa rin natin mag-celebrate. Ang hilig natin mag-try. Laging may bagong fad. Diba? Laging may ganun. Nauso yung baked sushi. Ang daming baked sushi, kaliwa, kanan. Ang daming ng klase naging topping. Diba? Nauso si milk tea, kaliwa, kanan. Bawat kanto may milk tea. Lahat na ng flavor ng milk tea meron. Diba? Ang daming pwedeng gawin. So, diba? Yung leche flan nga, nagiging ng puto leche flan, di ba? Ang dami, just be creative, ang daming pwedeng gawin. So yun yung ano ko, and I really admire celebrities who have their businesses. Like for example, si Aramina, meron siya yung bakery niya. Who would have thought na si Aramina nagbe-bake pala? Di ba? Although I think that started even before the pandemic. Pero ang daming mga artista na meron silang yung sarili nila skill, also because maybe less time for taping, they had their own time na magluto-luto sa bahay. I mean, it's the simplest thing kasi food is the most pinaka-necessity. Everybody eats. Everybody has to eat. Diba? And everybody wants good food. Everybody wants food that's affordable. Everybody wants food na dinideliver sa kanila, diba? So ang dali-dali, for me ngayon is madali magsimula because laging naghahanap ng bago. Oh, you asked earlier what's the next step. Kami naman we're exploring sauces now. Sauces that you can put with the steak. So alam mo yon, and with our t-shirts we have new designs coming up, yung mas lalo na ngayon talaga feeling ko na yung mga Pilipino, ramdam nila yung pagiging Filipino nila. Feeling ko parang lagi nilang gusto na may statement sila. So doon naman pumapasok yung mga t-shirts that we sell in brand Pilipinas. So parang feeling ko itatry mo lang, syempre hindi lahat ng design patok, di ba? Syempre, hindi lahat ng pero meron kasi kaming line na jojowain, trotropahin, uso yon. So, gustong-gusto nila yung click na click sa mga tao. Di ba? So, sasakay ka lang dun sa kung ano yung tapos, laging may room for more. So, kailangan lang talaga mag-isip. Alam mo yun, just be creative. Kailangan lang, hindi lang yung wala lang. Hinintay mo lang na mahulog sa'yo. Kasi hindi yun mangyayari. Kailangan mag-isip. Kailangan gumalaw.
Wow, that's very interesting and inspiring, Miss Mariel. Now, do you also have plans of venturing into other product lines? Kasi sabi mo nga kanina, parang uh, you now have a line of meat products. You're a brand of steak and also fashion because you have T-shirts, statement shirts. Providing parang statement about you being Filipino. Are you planning? Kasi sabi mo nga, nag-aaral ka ngayon mag-makeup na sa sarili mo. Baka eventually
hindi
we'll
pa
have
naman po.
eventually you'll have
May
your
makeup
own
line na po.
yeah, you have your own makeup line. Is that also, do you process that on what you would want to offer to your customers? And how do you I think this is my last question, Miss Mariel. How do you engage with your customers? Parang are you always looking at their feedback? Do you respond to their queries? Parang how do you know the trends of customers so that you are giving them what they want? And sabi mo nga kanina, masaya ka kapag may repeat customer, may repeat order.
Yes. So, dun po ulit pumapasok yung pagiging hands-on na sinabi ko po sa inyo. Lahat na nagre-reply sa kanila, ako po yon. Lahat ng inquiry, ako po ang nagre-reply talaga. So, pag may sinabi sila na nagustuhan nila, pag may request sila, lahat po ako po yung kausap nila. So dun po pumapasok siguro yung communication na kasi ang lagi kong sinasabi, we don't only want to give good quality steak. We want to give good service as well. Yun ang isa sa pinaka main objective or main rule ko po. Kailangan the service that I'm giving is also ka-level ng quality ng steaks ko. Kailangan. Yun ang mindset ko po. So I reply to them personally, and yes, I engage with them. Kunwari, kung ano yung nila, I tell them, wow, ma'am, ang ganda po ng pagkaluto ninyo. Alam mo yun, na-appreciate nila yon na syempre kahit sino naman na magsabi sa'yo na ang ganda ng pagkaluto mo, matutuwa ka, di ba? So lahat po, talagang I do engage with them. And then, with regards to your question about expanding products, yes, we have some products that we are already thinking about where we might get into. Kasi kami, ang iniisip namin is yung mga necessity. Right now, very necessity sa lahat is alcohol. Everybody uses alcohol. Now I want alcohol that is safe for my children, that smells good, but at the same time kills the germs. Mm-hmm. So we're exploring that, and ngayon dahil nga po sa sobrang lahat na ng mga kapaguran, we are also exploring massage gels and massage oils. Mm-hmm. Ganyan. We have yun nga sinabi yung nakikipag-collaborate kami ngayon with other companies that we also met through Unland. So, yes, through Unland. So, marami po. It is really, totoo po yung naging objective ng Unland that it gives job opportunities for everyone. Every time po, meron tayong isang business, meron po tayong natutulungan. For example, yung small online business ko po, yung mga riders po na nagde-deliver noon, nakakatulong po tayo sa kanila. Every time na merong nagpapadeliver, meron sila doon. Diba? So, hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na maliit lang pero kasi meron pa rin. Hindi sila zero. Diba? So, those are the things that we're grateful for. Na yung mga business natin na ganito, it gives other job opportunities to others.
While you're mentioning Unlat, Miss Mariel, I cannot help, but be emotional about this because
I know it's your baby project.
It's the baby project po of Ka Jun Santos, and we thank him po for engaging with us po and providing job opportunities, and also our acknowledgement po to our Executive Minister Brother Eduardo V. Manalo po. Alam niyo po, Miss Mariel, kulang po ang oras ng isang oras para mapag-usapan natin ang lahat ng ito. Ito, last question na po ito talaga. So, we know, we started the interview, you being a TV host, to being an entrepreneur. ano po sa palagay ninyo yung mga naggamit naman ninyong tricks of being a TV host to you now being a mompreneur?
Feeling ko kasi, isa po dun sa naging edge ko was because nga madaldal po ako. Madaldal din po ako magbenta. Opo. Nakakapag-ano po talaga ako. Yun yung naging ano ko. So, I can explain my product. I can talk about it. Kasi galing nga po tayo sa nag-host tayo, ganyan. So, madali for me to talk. I can talk about it. I can talk forever. Alam mo, kaya nga sabi niyo po, kulang po yung 1 hour natin. Kasi I can talk forever po talaga, di ba? So, yun po yung mga bagay na, and I just want to say po na it's really true. Yung goal po at yung vision ng Unlad, it's happening. Natutupad po siya. Yung vision po ni Kajun, nangyayari po na to provide jobs for everyone. It's happening. And isa po ako doon sa na-inspire ng Unlad to create my own with all the stories of all the success stories of the case studies that we feature in Unlad. So, sobra pong nakakatuwa. Alam niyo po si Robin, yung Unlad, hindi niya po yan tinitingnan as work. Tinitingnan niya po yung Unlad as yung because of the vision na nakakatulong. Kahit nasa West Philippine Sea po si Robin, umuuwi yan dahil may taping siya ng Unlad. Opo, ganun kaano sa kanya yung Unlad because masyadong marami ang nagre-rely. Masyadong marami ang nangangailangan ng trabaho. 'Di ba? Sinabi nga po, you don't give man fish. You teach him how to fish. Yun po ang yun ang ginagawa natin sa Unlad. And thank you very much for that because I am a product of Unlad Kaagapay ng Hanap Buhay. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng bumubuo ng Net25 for that. Thank you so much for giving moms like me inspiration to finally have the courage to have our own business, even if we are at home and still caring for our families. So maraming salamat po for having me in today's show. Thank you so much po.
Words are not enough po to thank you, Miss Mariel Padilla, for the time that you have given us and for sharing your expertise and experience to the viewers of Open for Business. Open for Business will be back. Stay with us.
Broadcast journalist Wayne de la Fuente returns on Philippine television and radio to deliver top stories and engage with the country's policymakers, shapers, and movers. Tatalakayin ang mga pangunahing balita live sa teleradyo ng Net25 at Radyo Aguila DCEC 1062. Kasama si Wayne de la Fuente sa
At itong balitalakayan, we live in interesting times.
Welcome back to Open for Business. I am Randy Bernardino, and here are the latest business news around the world. United Airlines to dismiss 593 workers who refused vaccines. United Airlines will dismiss nearly 600 employees who refuse to comply with the requirement to be vaccinated for COVID-19. Besides the 593 workers who refuse to get vaccinated, another 2,000 employees have also requested a medical or religious exemption to the vaccine requirement, company officials said. That is about 3% of United's 67,000 person workforce. In early August, United announced that all U.S. employees would be required to receive the vaccine and upload their vaccine card into the company's system. More than 99% of the remaining U.S. staff complied with the requirement. The airline is working on its policies for employees who have requested exemptions, citing a pending court case on the matter. Vietnam's lockdown ensnares world's clothing giants. From shoes and sweaters to car parts and coffee, Vietnam's strict and lengthy coronavirus lockdown has sparked product shortages among worldwide brands such as Nike and Gap, which have grown increasingly dependent on Vietnam's manufacturers. While lockdowns are gradually loosening across the country as infections steadily decline, millions have been under stay-at-home orders for months. Checkpoints and confusing travel permit regulations have made it difficult to move goods in and out of the country. Even with the prospect of lockdowns easing, many are fretting over the long-term impact on Vietnamese manufacturing, with Nike and Adidas admitting they were looking to temporarily produce elsewhere. Amazon unveils science fiction robot that can patrol homes. Amazon revealed a camera-equipped home robot that users can deploy to patrol their houses, a device that one of the project's developers said was making science fiction a reality. The tech giant cheered the Astro robot as a breakthrough for security and convenience, but digital watchdogs raised concerns for potential risks to people's most private moments at home. Astro is a 60-centimeter tall and 9-kilogram device that can map out a house floor plan. It can obey commands to go to a specific place, to take a closer look with its telescoping camera. Amazon said Astro could also be useful to help remotely check on elderly relatives or deliver reminders for certain activities. Now on to our job hunting. Every week we will provide you with tips for first-time job seekers, for those wanting to advance in their careers, or even those wanting to start fresh and change professions. Today's tip: use all job search resources. Rather than limiting yourself to manual online searches, take advantage of all job search options. This might include reaching out to companies or hiring managers in person, attending career fairs, searching social media, or using a career counseling service. Use job search engines to find openings on job boards, company websites, professional associations, and more. Sign up for daily or weekly job alerts by mail. And that is today's job hunting tip. Open for Business will be back. Stay tuned.
Tututukan niyo po ang mga inihanda namin para sa inyo today. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang paghahatid natin ng mga latest news at happenings here and abroad. So huwag na kayong mag-alala. Okay, kami ang magpapasaya sa inyo. Ngayon tuloy napapaisip ako, ano pa kaya ang inihanda natin for our viewers? Tumambay na muna kayo dito dahil ang Team Kada ang magbibigay sa inyo ng good vibes every morning!
Yeah. Mga Kada, isang buwan na tayong magkakasama. Naku, salamat po sa araw-araw na pagsubaybay sa amin. Sana po pagpatuloy nyo na mag-like, mag-share, mag-comment sa aming Facebook at social media pages. At huwag niyo hong kalimutan na mag-suggest dahil gagawin ho namin lahat ng gusto nyo. Thank you po!
And our term of the week is dropshipping from investopedia.com. Dropshipping is an online business where an intermediary sells products they don't keep in inventory from a wholesale producer to a third party. The third party company then ships the product directly to the buyer. The intermediary never holds the products, but by purchasing the products at wholesale prices and selling them at retail, the online seller may earn a profit. Like TV and movie stars, people seek to change careers for many different reasons. Your goals or values may have changed. You may have discovered new interests, or maybe you just want to pursue your passion. Whatever reason, don't let your fear hold you back. With proper research and planning, you can choose to find a new career that you find fulfilling and satisfying to survive the pandemic. And with that, our quote of the week is from Steve Jobs. He said, "The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle." Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood ng Open for Business. Thank you very much to our guest, Miss Mariel Padilla, and our correspondent, Randy Bernardino. Samahan ninyo kaming muli sa Open for Business sa susunod na linggo. Learn more insights from CEOs, thought leaders, industry experts, and SMEs promoting business development in the Philippines, keeping you informed and open for business and be ahead of the curve from vision to action. Panoorin din ang programang OFB sa Facebook at YouTube. Mag-like at mag-subscribe sa aming social media at Net25 TV. Para sa Open for Business, ako po si Cesar Vallejos. We live in interesting times.
Kada umaga, sarap ng umaga, magkakasama